All right, let me grab a link real quick, and I'll pop this over here. All right, all right. Okay, so I posted it in there. Um, oh yeah, let me put that over here. That was from earlier from work. All right. So let's see, let's see. Ooh, I went to grab this deck and it split open to the path. So we're gonna take that. The path with some synchronicities, igniting, and a natural rhythm, personal vibration, and reflection. All right. I know I usually shuffle them first, but I feel like I should take them. Which, interestingly enough, we have vibration and synchronicity. How they kind of like almost, they kind of have like that same color, the same coloring, and reflecting to find the natural rhythm. So, like, this deck is the Soul Trees deck. I bought this from a lady who was on Etsy, and she's actually from Ann Arbor, which is like kind of sort of my area. The path to the infinite. So, I'll put this like the path is. I might swap out to a different deck in a sec. I'm gonna shuffle and see if any more want to come out with these. So usually, people who resonate with me may identify as light workers and or star seeds. Um, if you don't identify with one of those yet, you may be somebody who may be going through a spiritual awakening and or ascension. Since one of my gifts is helping people wake up, and part of my gifts is like helping awaken gifts in other people. So we also have some healing energy. So whoever this is meant for, you're being guided to take some time to do some reflection, and spirit is guiding you to find your own inner natural rhythm because there's healing energy inside of you and you're being called to use it. So you also have playfulness coming out. So like you may be getting synchronicities when you're doing your hobbies and or what you like to do for fun. So, and you have confusion which fell to the floor upside down. So I feel like, you know what? I heard something earlier today, and this is coming through, where I heard a message about how like, and they were saying like your path is about to reveal itself and open up before you. Oh, you know what that's totally making me think right now is like, oh my gosh, it's totally making me think of like Aragorn and Lord of the Rings. And there's like that scene in Fellowship of the Ring where they're still at Rivendell, and he says to Arwen, and he's talking about how like um he's not even sure what it is. Like, you know, he's still not feeling sure of himself. And she told him, she's like, your path is already, your destiny is already opening up before you. You know, like you don't even have to worry about just you know, do this thing that you feel led to do right now, and the rest is just going to come to you. Connection. So you may have a connection that you either just recently made or a new one that's coming in that's going to uh, help you channel this inner playfulness. They're also they're going to help you unlock a spontaneous nature in you. Maybe your calling needs you to be able to do something spontaneous. So if you're lacking the courage to do this spontaneous thing, ooh, in creativity. So maybe like this thing you're being called to do is like a creative activity. And so like this connection that's coming in is going to unlock it for you. So maybe you're going to write songs. Ooh, so we have adapt reverse. So I feel like you aren't really adapting the way that you need to. And so this person coming in is going to help you. Wow, everything keeps wanting to fall out of my hands. So maybe you really feel like maybe you're somebody who feels like your hands are just too full lately. Like you just, like, for all your best intentions, you just can't seem to hold on. So we have ascension. So like maybe part of you feels like you're ready to have this ascension, but it hasn't started yet. We have empathy and compassion. And you know what? I'm going to put that over here with the healing energy. So you know what? A while back, I was listening to a reading from this girl from the Lighthouse Discord I'm in. And, guide. You know, she was saying how, like, you know, some of us who are, like, empaths, like, how we have this natural inclination for compassion, but that our compassion isn't complete unless it includes ourselves. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind. That, you know, when you're looking at having empathy and compassion for other people, it's okay to have it for yourself as well. And, you know, just as well, and also with this is too, is like, I feel led to mention how, like, we have illusions. Yeah, so maybe, like, there's somebody in your life who's trying to cast illusions, and so, like, there's too many illusions in this bombardment. Like, you couldn't adapt due to all these illusions that were being, so, like, so maybe in order for you to ascend, there needs to be, like, some clarity made, you know, or to clear up the illusions and or dispel them, to allow you to see what's real and what's not real. But maybe that's part of, like, where part of your current level or lesson that you're having in life is, like, you're possibly being taught how to, like, tune into your own discernment, because your sense of discernment is what's going to help you know, like, if it's an illusion or not, you know, because, like, if something isn't for you, and or, like, you know, not everything that's an illusion is not necessarily, like, malicious or anything like that, you know. It's just you know, but sometimes people, they can be casting illusions to be playful or not intentionally. So somebody's just not listening. So maybe you're trying to explain something to somebody, or you were trying to open up and show somebody something, and they just couldn't see what they weren't able to hear what it is you were trying to tell them, you know. And maybe this could be somebody else as well. Somebody else that's in your energy, somebody who's listening to you, and they're trying to adapt themselves to be like you because they also want to ascend and they want to get on this path that you're on. but maybe they just need to realize that we all have our own path. You're being guided to just breathe at this time, you know? All right. I'm going to swap to another deck. But at the bottom, we have overthinking, but it's reversed. So this other person who's in your energy, you have somebody in your energy who's like been really overthinking too much, which, you know what? I'm not even going to judge nobody for that because I'm like a chronic overthinker. Wow. So this person is overthinking because they need to get grounded. Wow. So that's interesting how like towards the end of this deck, it started turning into somebody else's energy. So, but you're experiencing a dramatic shift. So I don't think that whatever this person is trying to do, I don't think they're going to be very effective because by the time they try to acclimate to your energy, you're going to already have shifted, you know, and they're just going to have to realize that like, you know, like we all have our own path. You can't walk somebody else's path for them. Nobody can walk your path instead of you. Nobody can try to be the better version of you because like, you know how like our bodies have fingerprints and so your fingerprints are like a biometric? Well, spiritually, your soul has what would be an equivalent of a biometric as well, you know? So when other people want to try and do destiny swaps or be copycats or walk around in your energy and try to do things in your name and pretend to be you, ooh, splitting the deck on golden egg and unicorn. Oh my God, that's great energy. You know, it just doesn't work. Like, of course they'll keep trying to do it because some of these people who are trying to do these things, they just lack. Oh, now we have black egg in the unicorn. So maybe I'll take this. Maybe you're really in this unicorn energy right now. Oh, we also have shark. So maybe you're somebody who identifies as was transgender, like the Blahas and stuff. Wow, this black egg, if this black egg keeps coming out, I might have to just like take it. Because when I keep shuffling, I keep seeing this black egg like constantly. So, you know, we already saw a healing energy and now the unicorn came out, which I feel is like confirming that healing energy. So also kind of confirming that empathy and compassion. You also have the elk in reverse. So, which the elk is usually earth, but with it upside down, it's like your stable and gentle energy is out of balance. So it may be kind of putting you both in people-pleasing energy, but also a little bit of fearful energy. So it's kind of given a little bit of, you know, because usually elk are really gentle animals, but they're also some of the largest animals in the forest, you know. They're pretty big. Like, their antlers don't grow that massive for no reason, you know. It also has the sun in the corner, so you get a little bit of sun energy. I'll wrap it up in a second. Bottom of the deck is hyena reversed. So this hyena, I feel like this is this overthinking energy. So maybe whoever this person who's overthinking about you, because we saw illusions, right? I feel like this energy, and maybe this elk is actually this hyena energy. So you have somebody in your energy who's usually really gentle, but I guess they're maybe like in some jokester, they thought they were just being silly and having fun and playing games with you, but it's turned into something that's just, I don't know. So maybe like even like this copycat energy, like they were doing it to like it was meant to be like a joke, and it's like maybe like you know how like some people when they want to play a practical joke but they like don't know when to stop. That's what it's kind of given. All right. Oh yeah. All right. Here we go. So it says the unicorn represents reconnecting to your higher wisdom or divinity. It says it's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Do they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our unwavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Or is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day to day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences, and the mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn and you have begun your quest for answers. Yeah, so like this ascension, I feel like that ascension card and this dramatic shift, I feel like this just means that you're about to have this ascension experience. So that's all I have for this one. And then I was doing this live so that Netsumi could watch. And then I'm going to end this, or maybe I'll just, I don't know how to do it where, so I want to clear out and use like different decks and do like another read. So I feel like I could do another one.